Welcome to 5 Questions. This episode is being brought to you today by Endpoint Systems, Calgary's trusted technology partner. Click below for more information. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes. Hello and welcome to 5 Questions with Mario Toneguzzi. Joining me today is Anila Lee Yuen, who is President and CEO of the Center for Newcomers in Calgary. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, immigration and sort of refugees can be a controversial subject in this country. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of immigrants from other, coming from other countries and the impact that they have not only on our economy but on our society?
Absolutely, and thank you for asking that question because I think it's really important. I'd always like to say that the first people that came to Canada, besides our Indigenous people that were already here, they meet the definition of what we call a refugee right now. They were trying to escape something, whether that was religious persecution, political persecution, poverty, famine, all economic or other kinds of disasters that were happening, and so we're a country built on refugees, and the demographics have changed over time. And who's discriminated against has changed over time. So when we first started Canada, if you weren't from France or you weren't from England, you were discriminated against, right? So, I once met a 92-year-old gentleman who asked me where I was from. And when I said Canada, he actually gave me a big hug. And I was a little bit taken back. And he said he was born and raised in Canada, but he was of Scottish ancestry. And growing up, he was never allowed to say he was from Canada. He had to say he was Scottish and from Scotland, and that he was discriminated against because of that, right? And so we know that who is discriminated against and who is othered has changed based on who has had the ability to immigrate to Canada. And so now we're seeing more waves of people coming from, like I said, from China and India and Philippines and parts of Africa and everywhere else, where the majority of people would be what we call people of color currently. And so we're seeing a lot of discrimination, but unfortunately, it's nothing new. As you might know from your own family background, there was a time when Italians were discriminated against heavily, and often, unfortunately, can still be based on the names. And we've lost a lot of our heritage of our community because people felt the need to change their names, to anglicize their names, to change their identities a little bit more in order to blend in, many, many years ago. And so I'm hoping, and we're hoping collectively, that through more advanced conversations, and having all of the people like you and I that were born here, that have ancestors, that have family that came from other places, that we can speak up and we can say that we're very successful, we're contributing to our community, and therefore having newcomers come in is just going to be a continuity of that, right?
Hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, if you want someone you know to be our next guest, click below in our description. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe so you'll never miss an episode.